What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. So I went ahead and got our bow bone leveled up. As long as you have any bow leveled up, a crossbow, you'll be fine for this next section. But I really like the bone bow, personally. But anyway, we are starting from down here, the Cerulean Coast Grace that we grabbed in the last episode. And we're just going to run straight south. You can see where the hill goes up over there. That is what we're going for. And there's just one loot we're going to grab along the way, just to get it out of the way. But there's a couple different things that we can grab here. This one is like, we basically run over it. A dragon is going to spawn over there, so don't go towards those loots. It's a trap. You'll run towards the loots, the dragon will come down and crush you. And see, there he comes. That's why we didn't want to be standing over there. And we're going to take care of him in a little bit, but for now, don't worry about him. We'll get back to him. Come on, pick him up. There we go. Got our grave crickets. Really important to get those crickets, right? Anyway, just run straight up here. We're going to get the map fragment on the Grace so we can see where we're going. It's the Southern Shore map. And then if we just continue along, you can see a cross off in the distance, and that is where we're going. Just southeast up the hill. We'll pick up Erdtree fragment number 11, I believe. Interact with the cross. Grab this Grace. Alright, and now we have the Southern Shore unveiled. So from here, we're actually going to go all the way back to Castlefront. Scroll my notes real fast. Let's see. Got it. Alright. So we're going to be heading east. I'm going to mark up some stuff. We're basically going here for a fragment. After that, we're going to go up this path for a Grace that is like here. Then we're going to swing down to get over to here. And then we're going to come back and work our way up on over to there. So just to see where those marks are for you. And let's head out. Let's head into the east. There's a fur-calling finger fragment we can grab. You can fight these guys if you want or skip them. Doesn't really matter. This right here, I can hit that guy without whiffing. This is just a... well, I guess it's now a Brave Glovewort 5. This is what's been driving me crazy, man. So many loots are changing. So I probably just didn't update that one in the notes. Die. I've never seen that. It looked like my guy, like... it looks like I, like, landed on his arrow and it propelled me forward. That's really weird. Anyway, if we were to go down this way, you can work your way all the way down the cliff. That's just going to get us to that same area that we used to access the river. There used to be a cotton on the way down, but I have not seen it in other attempts. Even then, if the cotton is down there, to be honest, like, where's cotton at? You know, row of fruit and butterflies, like, you're not worried about that. Anyway, from here, just head back. We're going to run right through here to grab the Swift Spear. Pretty decent weapon. Has a unique attack pattern compared to a lot of spears. We're going to swing on into here. Ignore these dudes. Just go ahead and grab the Grave Glovewort 6. And we're just heading for that marker that we created. We're going to hear some moaning in a second. There's the moaning. That's how you know you're in the right spot. Go ahead and grab the Grace. Now we're going to swing over to the third mark. Now, I would suggest running a little ways down the hill to get to this. You can kind of drop. Like if you drop right here, you might be able to land on those rocks and make it down. But if you miss even a little bit, you're going to die. So just play it safe. Just run down the hill and then run back. It'll take an extra 15 seconds and you avoid the potential death. Actually, this may see something. The SDF. Oh, okay. So we grabbed SDF 10. This is SDF 11. Grab that. And then interact with him. He's a quiet boy. Anyway, he has a bunch of poison stuff. Weak as a kitten and thick as two planks. You can get the deadly poison perfume bottle from him if you want. And now we are going to warp back over to Main Gate Cross. And now talk to more.
Welcome. Oh, give this to Thiollier. He asked me to.
That's going to be for his quests. So real fast, Ansbach quest doesn't require all of his dialogue, but there's a bunch of stuff for the crosses that he's asked you to find. So if you go through all of these, he's just going to talk about like, oh, okay, I understand what Miquella's doing, but none of that's required. So talk to him if you want, but you don't have to. We're going to go back to Thiollier. Give him the black syrup.
I have to say, it's wonderful. I don't think I could ever I'll have to think. Ah, you two deserve. I'll mix up. If you find yourself sleeping, is that so? Then take this. This concoct for you, for all it.
Yeah, Thiolier's concoction. Hang on to that. It's a key item. If you use it, you just kill yourself. But you can buy more 30k if you accidentally use it. So his quest is basically done for now. So we're going to go right over to here, Pillar Pathway Point. And let me see how close we are to nighttime. Evening. It should be night soon. Hopefully it'll show up in a second. But anyway, we're going to head south towards that tower. We're going to go up here to get some Gravebird bracelets first. You know what? Let me just make it night. I only... Because I don't want to be standing in the middle of the field waiting. There's another larval tier we can get here. I had someone ask about this. As far as I know, there's no night bosses. Like, there is a Deathbird, but it doesn't only show up at night. The main thing that shows up at night is going to be the new larval tiers, which you can tell because it's always glowing gravestones. So anyway, we would have grabbed that, and then we would have cut just out east. So we got to get up the hill a little bit. And then as we run out east, you can already see them glowing off in the distance. Larval tier. Then we're going to run this way. We're going to circle around to the back of that tower for some smithing stones. As long as you see the tower, you're going the right way. Then we can just use this to hop back up. We'll actually go up the tower. To ride this up to the top, we're going to get a ancient dragon smithing stone. I need that in a second, but I'll put this on for now. Actually, just to show off the swift spear, the moveset on it. It's got like multi-hits. Pretty cool. Go ahead and open this up. Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. If you read this, it talks about this is the very center of the lands between. Anyway, from here, warp back to Pillar Pathway Point. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to shift things to day so you can see. This is Egon. Go ahead and talk to him. It's very intense, right? I'm gonna put on this guy, this next encounter. I'm just gonna run ahead a little bit, and you'll get invaded by the ancient dragon man. You'll know when it's about to happen, she'll get kicked off a torrent. I am going to nuke that up. For an invader, he's pretty easy. Not the brightest, is he? And we're gonna throw on a bow and throw on inseparable. It's like the laziest fight ever against him. Herbalist spell bearing acquired. Take the bow back off, and we can just run ahead with the next grace. A couple more death birds, but no other loot. Let's run ahead. We're gonna have some light in just a second. There we go. As a reminder, make sure you are leveling up. You're not worried about staying at a certain level for PvP. There's no reason not to spend every single rune you have. So, as we go in here, there's a guy right here. We're going to plunge. And this is why I like Inseparable Sword. Keep in mind, these enemies will get back up after you kill them if you don't have Inseparable Sword or something who slays those who live in death. But a fun little trick: if you put on a piece of the Briar gear, you can kill them and then just roll over the body, and the 1 damage that comes out from the Briar gear will make sure they don't get back up. So if you don't have a holy weapon, that is a good alternative to handle these guys. As we proceed ahead, there's going to be an ambush that comes from this direction. I want that junk in my inventory. I should get over here, follow this path along, and run past him to kill the archer first. Perfect time to freeze. And then back over here, 2 more are going to pop out right where this loot is, so just get ready to slap them. And Inseparable makes very, very short work of these guys. The same applies in Furu Missoula. All the undead dragon dudes over there. This will also tear them apart. Kill that guy. We'll kill this guy. Kill this one now as well. Kill that one as well. And then we're gonna go up top. So I'd suggest having a bow for this next part. Arrows, blood arrows are definitely going to work the best. If you want to make this even faster, you can go over here and craft a couple rot pots. I think 3 is probably plenty. And you can fight this guy legit, but to be honest, he feels really overtuned in my opinion. Like, for where we're at in the game, this guy hits very, very hard, even though it's just a Magma Wyrm. So what I would suggest is pull him back. You're safe right around these rocks. We'll give him some rot pots. go. 2 rot pots got it. And now we're just going to fill them full of bleed arrows. This is why we're staying back. Take this off and put on my less blue dew. Just waiting for that magma. If you've never worked with a bow before, you hold down triangle or Y, tap R1 to two-hand it, and then just hold down your left trigger, and then just hit either your right trigger or your right bumper. And that's how you can just quick shoot like this over and over again. There we go. He is down. At this point, go back to whatever weapon you want to use. We're about to have the actual fight. Maybe I'll pull out that. I haven't used that in a while. Can I also have Miser Cord on? Heavy, okay. Just gonna pull out the bonk stick. Pick up the knot resin. And then I go over here. Up the smithing 5. And then we'll head on down. Oh, I should use up my... I've had those in my inventory forever. I'm just going to chuck them out as I'm walking. So then I can do something useful with it, like make a bunch of rot pots. Those rot pots are always good. Here, we just jump on down. Whee! Here. Smithing stone 4. It used to be fur calling finger. Alright, and then in for the boss fight. So this is the same guy that invaded you earlier. The main thing to look out for is his, like, katana bladed jash, that thing. That can hurt a lot if you let it connect, but otherwise, this fight's gonna go very similar to how it did before. Except now I got Mimic joining the bonks. Watch out for that. That will one-shot you if it connects. Ooh. Takes him out. Dragon Hunter's great katana. Initially, when I tested this, I didn't feel it was very good, but I've had a lot of people say that it's actually very solid now with the update, so it's kind of cool. The Ash of Voron, it's pretty interesting. Might level it up, might use it a little bit. I mean, I do have a pretty high investment in dex and strength, so maybe I'll mess around with that until I get Raksha. Plus, will be something to showcase a new weapon, you know? Alright, so we'll grab this. And then... let's go... You know what? Let's go up ahead. I was gonna... Let's see. Scroll these a little bit. High road up. Yeah, let's go. We'll get to the next grace real fast just to make things easier. Shouldn't mess up anything note-wise. So we're going to exit out. It does make sense because now we have the map. And we're basically going like here, just to show where we're heading. But up ahead is going to be a dragon fight, so... You know what? Why not? Let's hang on. Let's do this. Let's go level it up, and let's try the new, we'll try the new dragon sword. Because everyone's like, dude, it's good now. It's good. I'm like, alright. Let's level it up and we'll try it out, because we're about to fight a dragon, so this is the perfect test. Also gives me something to finally spend all these damn runes on. Let's do weight on you. Not bad. Okay. So this next dragon we're going to fight, basically just a Geel, but with some lightning. So nothing too crazy to be aware of. Same fire type attacks, you know, I would classify this as like a lesser dragon. It's the same as all the other, you know, ones. Nothing crazy about it. If you stick to the right side of the cliff, though, there's going to be a little spirit dude over here. Gives us some lore about Baal the Dread. Or not a dude, a note. Baal, terror incarnate, again I stand up for ye. I think it was a message left by Egon. I summoned the only homie I trust to have my back. Now, let's see what this thing can do. Not bad. I bet I could make this better. Let me put on, you. $4,000 now. Okay. Alright, it's getting more respectable. Jumped it. Ah, didn't jump that one. I don't think the charge talisman is working properly with it, because even though we sacrificed a little bit of dex... Oh, we both hit it at the same time there, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure which of those did the damage. I'll test this in a upcoming area. What I should really do is, can I take you off, or am I going to be overweight? No, I'm not. Okay, let me put my dex thing back on. No, I am. There we go. Anyway, after doing that, just run on over to the thing. We're going to get the grace that's over there, and might do some minor damage testing real fast. Let's see. So 3422. Let's remove that off. Ow! What are you doing? Things are terrifying. God. 2484. Okay, so they do stack. So if you have both of those on, that would probably be a pretty respectable amount of nuke you're pumping into a dragon. Anyway, just stay along this path, and we're gonna curve up to the left when we can. Some red Fergal bloom. It's a hard word. Bulgur bloom. I'm gonna swing into here for Egon's first cookbook. Big old dead dragon. I can go over here. Pick up Ghost Flame Breath. We can do this after we beat Bale. I mean, you can look at it now to get an idea on the spells. We'll grab this Grace, though. Alright, and we're going to talk to... what was her name? Fortisax, I believe. We're going to devour the Draconic Essence. She can, every time we use this, she can give us another one. It's just a temporary buff. Pretty nice. But we have a quest with her that we can basically decide what we want to do now. So, she has a bunch of lore about Bale. But with this NPC, there are 2 outcomes to her quest, depending on whether we drug her or not. So, real fast, I have prepared a image to discuss this. So, the 2 options here are either we give her Thiolier's concoction or not. If we give her the concoction, she is going to fall asleep, and then she's going to feel like she betrayed her oath to Placidusix. After we end up beating Bale, we come back to her, and we're like, hey, it was me. I put you to sleep. And then she says, all right, well, now you have to serve as my new lord. When you do that, you're going to get a Ashen Summon of her, which is kind of mid from what I've experienced so far. And you get that spell, Dragon Bolt of Fortisax. So, call down Red Lightning before the caster and allies. While embedded with Red Lightning, all damage negation, including physical damage, is increased. This also increases damage negation while guarding as an additional effect. So it's basically just a group buff, but you get that and her as an Ashen Summon. Instead, if you don't put her to sleep, you will get the Flowerstone Gavel, which she'll leave behind, and you'll also get an item that allows you to turn into her and assume a dragon form. Now, it's very similar to the Lamenters in the sense that you gotta strip off your armor and use it, but there is another dragon form in the game. There's a dragon form that we can get that will boost the power of Dragon Communion incantations, and her dragon form will boost the power of Ancient Dragon Cult incantations, so lightning. Whichever one you want to do, we're going to talk about how to do that right now. So if you want to get the mace in addition to... if you want to get the mace and the dragon form, basically you don't got to do anything. Nothing to worry about. If you want to get her as a summon and you want to get the spell, we're going to rest twice, nightfall both times. We'll see here she's basically just like kind of half awake. Use Thiollier's concoction. If you use Thiollier's concoction, that is going to knock her on out. She's going to fall asleep. Then you would rest for daytime twice. Just, you know, you would go here, you would go pastime, go until morning, and then you would do it once again, go until morning. And then upon doing that, she's back there and she's awake, and she has dialogue about, you know, I can't believe I passed out, how could this have happened, blah, 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 you know. And then after Bale, you'll have additional dialogue where you tell her, hey, I'm the one that drugged you. But so this is whatever you want. For this character, I'm probably going to go for the mace. I think, you know, I don't really... The only Ashen Summon I really use is Mimic. And a group buff doesn't really sound all that good to me. So even if I rarely use the mace, I'd probably rather do that. But, you know, it's really preference. That's all it's going to come down to. So... but that's going to wrap things up here. We've reached the Grand Altar. We've cleared out Dragon Pit's Terminus. In the next episode, we are going to be starting from the Cerulean Coast Cross. So I'll warp over there right now. We're going to be clearing the Cerulean Coast Cross content and basically all of the Cerulean Coast in the next part. And then the episode after that, we're going to be working our way up into this red section you see. This is called Sharo's Hidden Grave. And then after Sharo's Hidden Grave is done, we're making our way to Castle Ensis. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you with another part in just a little bit.